Your guard, number 4, that's Danny Nielsen, averages just under 3 points per ball game. Bridget Christensen at the other guard, she's a 5'7" senior, whereas number 14 averages 4 per game. Also Ashley Nielsen, a 5'6" senior, whereas number 32 and averages 5 points per ball game. Asha Anderson wears number 33 and averages 3.5 points per game. She gets a start as well. And then Kaylee Nielsen, the 5'10" senior, wears number 34, averages 3.2 points per game. The principal of Delta High School is Mrs. Teresa Thompson. The athletic director is Mr. Rob Fowles, and our head coach here for the Delta Rabbits, Mr. Clint Peterson. And Brady, will let you handle the Morgan Trojans.
Yeah, Morgan's going to start with a senior guard, number 5, J.C. Jensen, averages just under 10 points a game like we talked about. Number 10, Lisa Blazard, she's a senior guard, 6.5 points a game. They'll start another senior, number 12, McKenna Morrill, she's just under 3 points a game. Number 13, a senior, Morgan Cragen, we'll call her name a lot, 6.5 points a game. And then they'll start a senior, number 23, Marcy Jo Stapley, just under 4 points a game. And the Morgan Trojans are coached by Cade Morrill.
And we'll throw a shout out as well to Coach Jim Wiscombe, one of our good friends up there at Morgan High School, watching in today. One of the finer coaches in the state, won a state championship up there, and his wife, of course, Liz Wiscombe, a great coach, known for volleyball throughout the state. Of course, the principal there at Morgan, Mr. Cray Wilson, and we are just about set to go. And a shout out to also Mr. Kelly Ball here in the arena with his band as they perform the national anthem. Did such a great job, and we're ready to go. Delta moves from right to left on your radio dial and on your screen if you're watching on local channel 10. And the tip's going to be won by the Morgan Trojans. They'll bring it into the front court. This will be Blazard with it on that angle left. Delta picks him up man-to-man, top of the key to Cragen. Down there, high post. They can't get the shot up. They'll kick it back outside, and they'll reset once again out on top. Here's Blazard. She's picked up by Asha Anderson, and now kicks it right side to Cragen. Morgan dribbles top of the key, cut off there. Morgan being very patient here, and as I mentioned, Delta pretty good defensively, but boy, down low, they get a little pick and roll, and up with the shot, missed it, was Marcy Stapley, had a layup, Brady, and just couldn't finish.
Yeah, Morgan was very patient on that possession.
Here goes Danny Nielsen back the other way, up with a layup too hard, off the iron it comes, and Morgan will have the rebound, and they'll slow things up as they come into the front court.
Yeah, Delta once again, man-to-man. Have a lot of motion, does Morgan, on their offense. Nice little back cut right there.
Yeah, beautiful. They went high post and then got a back cut from Morgan Cragen on that left side, and she lays it up and in, 2-0. Morgan leads it. Delta back the other way. Kaylee Nielsen up on top. They'll go to Ashley Nielsen, looking right down the barrel. Right side, Bridget Christensen in the deep corner now. They'll go to Danny Nielsen. She tries to go underneath with a pass, and it's too big. Picked up by the Trojans, and they'll come the other way. Blazard down again. Here's the same play. Layup underneath the baseline. No good, but a whistle and a foul is coming. Let's see who they're going to call this one on. Might have been, no 13 on the floor. They got to get that one fixed. It's 14, I believe, which is Bridget Christensen.
Bridget Christensen there, yeah. Morgan kind of causing a little bit of havoc with some back cuts that they're doing, and the Rabbits in that man-to-man defense, you've got to obviously play help defense, but you've got to sag back on any sort of back cut. Two times in a row now, the Rabbits have been beat on a back cut.
First free throw is no good. Second one is good by Morgan Cragen. She's got all three of Morgan's points, and that's the lead. 3-0, 6:40 to go here in the first quarter from Wasatch High School in the first round of the state playoffs.
Now Morgan comes out in a little half-court trap, gave Delta a little bit of fits against Grantsville when they ran that. Looks like they did okay breaking it right there.
Yep, they got it down to the low block. Bridget Christensen, her jumper from about 10, no good, but an offensive rebound put back by Ashley Nielsen is no good. Found herself wide open. I think she was like, wow, I'm wide open. Just couldn't finish it. Here comes Morgan on the attack. They lose the ball, and this is picked up and stolen by Ashley Nielsen.
And that's going to be a huge key for the Rabbits. You cannot miss wide open layups like that and stay in this ball game.
Whoop, here's a travel as Ashley got by her man and was going to go down the lane, then decided that she was going to pass it. Probably should have just gone ahead and went right on in for the layup.
Yeah, I agree. Now it looks like Delta's going to come back and do the same thing that Morgan's been doing, do a little full court pressing here.
Morgan breaks it easily. Whoop, no, they don't. They had a girl wide open coming across the middle, and they just missed her. The pass was too big for Marcy Stapley, and it goes out of bounds. So Rabbits will have it coming the other way. 6 minutes to go. First quarter, it's 3-0. Morgan leads it. And here comes Morgan back with that half-court trap. Delta comes across court to Asha Anderson, and they're going to trap her right inside the half-court line. Gets by it, and then nope, they say she stepped out of bounds on that line.
Yeah, and that's the worst place to catch a ball when you're trying to break a half-court trap. You never go to the corners, and somehow Asha found herself in the corner, caught it there, and was trapped by Morgan, then stepped out of bounds. Morgan basketball.
So the Trojans will bring it into the front court. Here's J.C. Jensen with it. She'll give it up left side. They go high post. The ball gets away, but it's picked up by Morgan Cragen. Now the ball gets loose again, and Delta picks it up, and right now, and then they turn and throw it away. I'm just going to say Morgan's getting loose with the ball, and then Delta does the same thing, and they give it right back to the Trojans.
Yeah, Ashley, I think, was trying to get out and run, try to get some points in transition. Instead of finding a guard, she threw it to Kaylee Nielsen over the top of her hands and out of bounds to the Delta bench.
5:35 to go in the first quarter. Still 3-0, and again they go high post. Ball gets away, but it's picked back up outside left, angle three, off the iron. No good, ball's loose. Morgan will get it. Left side, it'll be Morgan Cragen. They'll go up top. Boy, again, and the ball is just being thrown all over the place, and then a whistle. And if this is on Bridget? Nope, it's going to be on Danny Nielsen, her first foul.
And this game is a little bit out of control. I think there's, obviously some nerves being a one-and-done type game. Long travel, morning game, a little bit sloppy. Let's see if both teams can settle down just a little bit and play some defense.
Ball poked away out of McKenna Morrill's hands. It'll stay with Morgan right on the baseline, right on the H of Wasatch along that baseline side. Lisa Blazard to inbound. She'll come now to J.C. Jensen. J.C. will dribble top of the key. High post, now to the corner. Here's a three from the corner. No good by Lisa Blazard. Ball controlled by Delta.
And good ball movement right there by Morgan. Boy, they went inside out for an open three. Just barely missed it, but good looking ball movement right there.
Here's Bridget Christensen with it. Left side, Ashley Nielsen. She'll drive baseline, whistle on a foul and a hand check. This is going to be on Marcy Stapley, I believe. It'll be her first.
And I think ball fakes. Ashley just did a ball fake right there, was able to get by her defender. I'd like to see the Delta Rabbits do a little more ball faking to open up some passing lanes and some driving lanes. That's a good move right there by Ashley.
Here comes Paige Gleason along with Ashlyn Morrill in for Morgan and for Delta. Here comes Shaylee Fowles, their leading scorer. She averages 11 per contest. Also, Brinkley Sentker into the ball game for the Rabbits. And Elise Pratt's going to check in as well. So
yeah, both teams almost empty their bench there on both sides.
Yep.
That's
also Brindley Henry checks in for the Rabbits. So yeah, Delta changes 4 out of the 5. They'll inbound out on top. Here's Danny Nielsen, the one lone starter that stays in, and the pass down to Brindley Henry from behind is poked away, and then jump ball is going to be called on the floor, and it will stay with Delta. 4:42 to go in the first quarter. 3-0 in this low-scoring affair so far. Brinkley Sentker to inbound on the baseline. Comes to Brindley Henry. Now out to Shaylee Fowles. Spins, goes back to the middle. Tries to get the shot up, can't. Comes out to Elise Pratt. Top of the key, picks up her dribble now to Brinkley Sentker out on the angle right. She'll back it out. And now drive to the baseline, cut off nicely there. Can't get the shot up. Got to get rid of it before the 5-second count comes, and she does. Shaylee Fowles, jumper, corner of the free throw line. Good. Shaylee Fowles comes in and knocks down her first bucket of the game.
And that's good for Shaylee. You can see she's hobbling just a little bit on that right knee, but was able to catch with a high post and just make a nice, easy shot for 2.
Morgan comes back the other way. As they'll have it down in the deep left corner. That's Cragen with it. Out on top, she'll flip it to Ashlyn Morrill. Right side jumper, baseline up and good. First shot of the game for Paige Gleason, and she knocks it down.
And good ball movement. Went back and forth across the top of the key to find Paige wide open for a nice 18-foot jumper.
5-2 now. The lead in favor of the Trojans. Here comes that trap again, and it pays off as Trojans steal it. J.C. Jensen picks it off, then she's fouled from behind. That'll be the first personal on Shaylee Fowles, I believe.
Yeah, that half-court trap still giving the Rabbits a little bit of fits. Like to see somebody get to the middle of the floor that will open up passing lanes. You can't keep trying to go to the sidelines and try to break that.
Morgan breaks the press that Delta puts on. They'll come down the baseline. Stapley tries to get the shot up, can't. Comes back out, and they'll reset out front with it. J.C. Jensen swings it left side. Ball gets free for a minute, but then it's picked up by Ashlyn Morrill. Back to Ashlyn, baseline jumper, 15-foot hopper, off the iron, no good. And rebound comes to Shaylee Fowles. She'll turn and just push into the front court. All the way to the top of the circle. And now to Elise Pratt, back to Shaylee, and she'll dribble right side. Baseline, pulls up, jumper. Good again. Shaylee Fowles, 2 for 2.
Yeah, keep having her shoot. I feel bad for old Shaylee. She's just hobbling on down the floor, doing the best she can on one leg.
And the lead down to 1 with 2:58 to go in the first quarter. 5-4, Morgan leads it, but Delta hanging tough. Jensen, left side, she'll kick it now to Morgan Cragen. Into the high post, jump shot, no good. Marcy Stapley had a good look at it, but a little wide right, and the Rabbits will come back the other way. Here's Shaylee Fowles. Spin move inside, and pressure came, and they're going to whistle a travel.
Yeah, J.C. Jensen just had a hand on that ball and kind of just disrupted the motion of Shaylee as she drove, kind of shuffled her feet as she spun, and that'll go as a turnover against the Rabbits, and Morgan will have the ball out of bounds. So
J.C. Jensen with it in the backcourt. Danny Nielsen will come out and meet him at the half court. Here comes the trap, but they get it over the top. Blazard with it, back to J.C. Jensen. Right side, they'll kick it to Cragen. Over the top, they'll go left side, Blazard. Jumper from 18, good.
Yeah,
nice looking stroke there by Lisa Blazard.
Yeah. Set her feet, squared up, and knocked it down. Good looking shot. Now Morgan once again comes back in a half court trap. See if the Rabbits can do a little bit better job of breaking it.
So here comes Brinley Henry, and another whistle, and this one, they say double dribble, so Delta with back-to-back turnovers. With 2:11 to go here in the first quarter, 7-4, Morgan with the lead. And the Trojans will bring it in. Right side, they got a wide open Cragen to the baseline, puts it up, whistle fouled. I believe Brinley Henry's going to be whistled for the personal, and this is going to send Morgan Cragen to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Morgan's doing a really good job of moving the ball across court and then down the court to free up offensive players as the Rabbits are kind of in that half-court trap. So worked out well for Morgan Cragen to find an open lane and go in for a shot and got fouled.
First free throw, no good. She's 1 for 3 there from the free throw line. She has 3 points in the ball game. Averages 6.5 on the season, and she'll have 1 more. Here comes Bridget Christensen back into the ball game. Also, Ashley Nielsen back into the game. Morgan making some substitutions as well. Here's Morgan's free throw. This one's good, so Morgan Cragen, 2 for 4 at the line. She's got 4 points, and the lead is 8-4. With 2:03 to go here in the first quarter from Wasatch High School. This is the first round of the state tournament. Here comes Elise Pratt over the top. Boy, she had Brinley Henry open down the right side. The ball too big out of bounds, and it'll come back to the Trojans. And you're right, this little kind of half-court, sometimes three-quarter court press trap is causing Delta a lot of fits. It's causing Delta a lot of fits. Yeah, right there they came with a full-court press, man-to-man. Delta did a good job breaking it, just kind of threw it away there at the end. Into the ball game is Caden Jorgensen for Morgan. Here's a long 3 out on top, no good. Rebound, Bridget Christensen had it, lost it into the hands of McKenna Morrow. Left side, they swing it, ball gets loose again, but the Trojans will maintain possession, and they'll reset back out on top. Here's Sydney Cragen, the sophomore, out on top with it. As she'll work it left side. Again, defensively, Delta's doing a pretty good job right here as Morgan gets a little loose with the ball, and they'll reset once again. This is Paige Gleason. Now they'll go right side. Lisa Blazard, she'll go into the deep left corner, but splits the defense. Said she stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's good defense right there. Delta was in a 1-2-2 zone, extended that defense out quite a ways. It still caused a little bit of havoc, and then one of the Morgan players stepped on that out of bounds line. Turnover back to the Rabbits.
So Morgan has already, played about 10 players, if I'm not correct, Brady? They've gone deep into their bench. Ashley Nielsen down the left side, cut off, comes out on top to Shaylee Fowles. She'll spin right side. Elise Pratt now out on top. Bridget Christensen, she'll take the 3. Down the barrel, good! Bridget Christensen knocks down the long one.
Yeah, good looking shot, and so many of the Morgan players kind of keyed in on Shaylee. Shaylee had the majority of the points until now, so Shaylee can be used as a decoy to open up.
And here's another turnover. Sorry, Brady. Stripped away by the Rabbits. Elise Pratt down the lane has the ball knocked away from behind. It'll stay with the Rabbits as it goes out of bounds. 49.3 seconds to go in the quarter, and it's a 1-point game. 8-7. Morgan leads it. Here comes substitutions again, as they're going to get Marcy Stapley back into the game. Delta's coming back with Kaylee Nielsen, also Danny Nielsen back in.
And Morgan, a fairly deep team. They have at least 11 players that score significant points, on the season, so they can go pretty deep in on their bench.
Boy, Delta runs the inbound play to perfection as they get Kaylee Nielsen coming down the lane. She's fouled, can't complete the three-point play on the bucket, but she'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, Kaylee averages around 3-4 points a game. The majority of her points do come from the free throw line. She's a pretty good free throw shooter. As I say that, I hope I don't just jinx her.
First one good, and we are tied. Delta with a chance to claim their first lead of the ball game here if Kaylee can knock down this free throw. 48.3 seconds to go here in the period, and Delta does just that. They lead at 9-8 as Kaylee Nielsen goes 2 for 2. And now Morgan comes back the other way. Way out on top of it, Stapley gives it up to J.C. Jensen. J.C. goes left side now to Morgan Cragen. Back to J.C. Right side, they'll kick it now to Caden Jorgensen. Jumper, good, bank shot. How about that?
Yeah, good looking shot. Just kind of a little runner off the glass and banked it home for 2.
Lead back to the Trojans, 10-9. Danny Nielsen down the lane, kicks it to Shaylee Fowles. To the middle, lays it up, no good. Rebound kicked out, controlled by Ashley Nielsen. Her jumper no good. Kaylee Nielsen rebound, put back, no good. And the rebound comes off to Marcy Stapley, and Morgan wants to push into the front court with 8 seconds to go. Down the lane, they'll kick it back out. Here's J.C. Jensen, 3, down the barrel. Off the iron, no good. Rebound. They say, I thought it was going to be a tie-up. The buzzer sounds. They say nobody had possession. So at the end of 1, Morgan leads it only by the slimmest of margins. 10-9. We'll be back to Wasatch High School right after this break.
It's time to step out of one-size-fits-all medicine. Service Drug is now offering compound prescriptions that are uniquely personalized for you. The pharmacist at Service Drug will work with your doctor to personalize the dosage, and they can combine compatible drugs to simplify your medication schedule. They also feature flavorings that are child-friendly and eliminate unnecessary fillers to stop adverse reactions to medication. Ask your doctor how you could benefit from a compound prescription. And remember, it's Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
My name is Dr. Joel Holman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here at Central Valley Medical Center, specializing in general orthopedics, which includes sports injuries, total joint replacements, shoulder, hip, and knee, and I'm the only hand surgeon from Provo to St. George. One of the things that I like is that I'm able to take care of people that I've known for most of my life in this area, which I have a fondness for. We treat all orthopedic extremity conditions here at Central Valley Medical Center. We've got a great team, clinic staff, hospital staff, operating crew, and physical therapy services.
So 10-9 as we come out of the break. Morgan with that 1-point lead. And as you mentioned earlier, this is a do-or-die game. You win it, you move on to the state tournament down at Dixie State University next week. You lose it, you wrap your season up for the year, and you move on to softball and track and some of those things. So here comes Morgan out of the break. They'll have it. Ooh, cross-court pass almost sails out of bounds, and now a whistle and a foul, I believe, on Ashley Nielsen on a hand check on that far side.
You know, and if you're a Delta fan, you're happy with the way that first quarter ended. You know, only being down by 1. Defensively played pretty good. You know, had a wide open layup that Delta Rabbits missed. That you know, could have had us a 1-point lead there, but overall, you're pretty happy with the way the first quarter went.
So here's Cragen with it. They'll go down left side to Stapley, back out to Cragen. She'll push it left side, now goes baseline with the ball. It's kicked out of bounds, it'll stay with the Trojans. 7:42 to go here in the first half. 10-9, Morgan, leads this one. Lisa Blazard to inbound. Down in that deep far left corner, way out on top. She'll get it. It's J.C. Jensen with it. J.C. averages 9 a game, has not scored yet. In fact, I'm not sure she's taken a shot, and just like that, here's a steal. Danny Nielsen picks it off for the Rabbits. Up the floor, tried to go all the way over the top to Bridget Christensen under the basket on the baseline, but the pass too big and out of bounds.
Not too bad of an idea right there by Danny to try and get Bridget. Bridget's a pretty good leaper, just threw it a little bit too high right out of her hands and then into the cheerleaders of Morgan, so Morgan gets the ball coming back.
So yeah, they got a trap if they want it. Delta doesn't quite close the door on it, and they'll come high post to Blazard, now out left side. Here's a 3, angle left, up and good. That was Caden Jorgensen, and she's got 5 already in the game, averages 3.5. So she has come off the bench and paid big dividends. Here's Ashley Nielsen down on the left corner. Got to get rid of the ball. She does. Gets it to Shaylee Fowles. Drive. She's fouled. They say it's down, so it'll be out of bounds for the Rabbits. 6:56 to go in the half. 13-9, Morgan leads it.
Unfortunate for the Rabbits, that wasn't a turnover. That was knocked out of Ashley's hands. Was able to find a cutting Shaley in for a foul.
Ball comes to Shaley Fowles at the corner of the free throw line. She's fouled.
And Morgan Cragen, I believe. Yep.
That'll be Morgan's second, I believe. Nope. Now they say it's just, they've got it on Morrill up there. Here's a shot, no good. Rebound taken down by Marcy Stapley. She'll get it to J.C. Jensen, and J.C. slows things down, works it up left side now to Jorgensen. Over the top. Oh, beautiful bounce pass underneath, but not being able to handle the ball real well right there. Marcy Stapley, it slipped through her hands. She does recover it, now gets it to Caden Jorgensen, and Caden is fouled. And it'll be out of bounds, I believe, underneath for Morgan. That's the 6th team foul. So Morgan's going to shoot the rest of the way through the half.
The 2nd team foul on Ashley Nielsen, so she'll take a seat.
So Jorgensen with it, now way out on top to Jensen, deep left corner. Here's another 3 from the corner, off the iron and no good by Lisa Blazard. So Morgan gets the rebound, and then a whistle and a foul, and free throws are going to come for Lisa Blazard.
Morgan finding that open soft spot right there at the top of the key. That's where you want to go against the zone. Doing a good job of getting it there, and that's exactly where they got the ball for a 1-on-1.
Free throw up and good by Lisa. She's got 3 in the ball game. She comes in averaging 6 points per contest. Now here comes Brindley Henry in for Shaley Fowles. So it'll be Kaylee Nielsen, Brindley Henry, Bridget Critchison, Asha Anderson, and Danny Nielsen on the floor for the Rabbits. Blazard's second free throw, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Lisa Blazard. 2 Delta Rabbits were going for it. Here's Jensen's jump shot from the angle right's good, about 12 feet out.
And that's her first points of the ball game, is it not?
Yep.
And she's Morgan's leading scorer with just under 10 points a game.
16-9 now. Morgan out to a 7-point lead, and they steal the ball. They tried to go high post, and it was picked off by J.C. Jensen. Up the floor to Blazard. Blazard, high post, looks, ball tipped and then controlled, and then, boy, I thought it was down, and that ball came back out on Marcy Stapley.
Yeah.
Tough luck shot for Marcy. Now the ball gets free for a moment. Danny Nielsen picks it up, and then they whistle her for a travel. So another turnover will bring the ball the other way. 5:49 to go here in this first half. 16-9. Morgan has outscored the Rabbits 6-0 here in the period.
Yeah, and they're on an 8-0 run right now. Delta's got to find a way to get a stop and get points down on the other end.
This girl can shoot it. Long 3 by Caden Jorgensen, no good. Rebound comes off to the Rabbits, and Danny Nielsen will push into the front court. Comes left side, ball's tipped, but then controlled by Bridget Critchison. She tries to go over the top. It's tipped, controlled though by Brindley Henry. Brindley needs to find some help. She does. Kaylee Nielsen out on top, drives down the lane, puts up the shot, no good. She's fouled. And Kaylee Nielsen will shoot a pair.
Lisa Blazard there will pick up her personal foul. That's her second personal, and it was good for Kaylee to find a seam and go right down the middle of the lane, get fouled, create some contact, because with team fouls being 5-7, they need to be a little more aggressive on the offensive end.
First free throw is good by Kaylee. She's got 3 points and is 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Here comes, again, wholesale changes. Delta will bring Brinkley Sentker into the ball game. She'll also bring, Coach Pete will also bring in Jordy Nielsen, freshman guard that is quick as a cat as well. Whoop, there'll be a lane violation. Go ahead and shoot it, Kaylee, and she does. Makes it. The violation would have been on Morgan, so they let them play on as they'll count the bucket. 16-11. 5:22 to go here in the first half. Also into the ball game for the first time, Logan Springer, a 5'9" sophomore. So Delta going a little bit young right here. Here's a steal. Jordy Nielsen with it. She's going to go all the way down the lane. Left-handed layup. Just a little hard, no good. Rebound taken down by, I believe, Morgan Cragen. And they'll come up the floor. Half court here is J.C. Jensen. J.C. kicks it left side now to Jorgensen. Jorgensen working over against Brinkley Sentker. Needs some help, finds it out on top to J.C. She'll back it back out near the center circle. Right side, they'll kick it to Morgan Cragen. Now in the deep right corner, they'll go. McKenna Morrill down inside, beautiful cut, but the layup missed. by Marcy Stapley, but she gets her own rebound and puts it right back up and in.
She's had a couple of those that have almost touched net and come back out somehow, and able to get her own rebound and put it right back up in.
Whoop, Delta's going to get called for a double dribble here on the left side. So the turnover gives the ball back to Morgan. 4:27 to go in the first half. 18-11. Morgan leads it. And J.C. Jensen, the point guard for Morgan, averages 9 per contest. Leads them in scoring. She'll bring it into the front court left side now to Caden Jorgensen.
Delta comes back in that half-court trap. Kind of a 1-2-2.
Whoop, that should be dealt
right
with.
there.
Oh, no. I was going to say, it might have went off. The pass comes over the top. It was tipped by a Rabbit and then maybe went off of McKenna Morrow, but referee says nope. It'll stay with the Trojans with 4:11 to go now. So here comes Caden Jorgensen to inbound here. Out on top to J.C. Jensen. She'll kick it back right side to Jorgensen, back to Jensen. Jordy Nilsson picks her up, back to Jensen as they play catch back and forth on the right side. She's got a three, she'll take it. Over the top, no good. And a whistle and a foul, and I believe they're going to get
Logan Springer.
Logan Springer on the foul, and I don't think it will be, they say it's not on the shot, so they say it's after the shot, so it'll be a 1-and-1. That's a break for the Rabbits. It could have been three on the shot. So Caden Jorgensen to shoot 1-and-1. She's got 5 in the ball game. First one off the iron, no good. Rebound, Logan Springer. And here comes the Rabbits. Senker down low, they'll go. Brindley Henry splits the defense, lays it up too hard, and off the iron, no good. Rebound, J.C. Jensen. Beautiful move.
Yeah. Brindley's got some great footwork. Just missed the layup.
And then Morgan outruns the defense, and they're going to get a layup over the top. I believe that was McKenna Morrow running the floor. Gets the pass and lays it up and in. Here's Jordy Nilsson out on top with the ball. Looks for some help. Looks right side, now comes back left side. Brinkley Senker puts it on the floor, now picks it up, goes to Asha Anderson. Asha tries to go high post, but it's poked away and stolen. And here come the Morgan Trojans the other way with it. That's Cragen. Now she'll give it up to J.C. Jensen with 3:07 to go here in the first half. 20-11. Jorgensen, very offensive-minded.
Yeah, good.
Knocks it down from the baseline, give her 7 to lead all scorers.
Just went around that left side right to the baseline and pulled up from a little about a 12-footer and buried it. Now the Rabbits will have to spend a timeout to kind of calm things down.
Yep, full timeout taken by the Rabbits. We'll take it with them and be back to Wasatch High School after this 1-minute break.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. Centricom powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speeds to keep all your gadgets going strong. Streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
The government and community leaders in Millard County today were molded into the people they have become by the experiences and opportunities during their high school years. The same stands true for the future leaders of Delta City. That's why the City Council and Mayor of Delta are thoroughly invested in providing opportunities for the students of Delta High School to assist them in reaching their potential. Delta City appreciates the opportunity to support Delta High School academics and this Delta Rabbits sports broadcast. The government and community leaders
to kind of get something going offensively, Brady. Defensively, they haven't been bad, but they have been outscored 12-2 here in the period, and it's actually a 14-2 run by Morgan at this point.
Yeah, it is. Morgan's just doing a really good job of finding that high post. Delta's had a lot of easy opportunities to score close into the basket, and I bet Delta's missed probably 4 shots right at the rim.
So here's Danny Nilsson, cross court. Brindley Henry drives to the low post, right block, can't get the shot up, comes out now to Jordy Nilsson. She'll drive, dumps it right side to Brindley Henry. Back to Jordy, free throw line, jumper. Off the iron, no good. Not a bad shot right there. Rebound taken, though, by Marcy Stapley. And they'll get it up the floor in a hurry. Right side to McKenna Morrow. Back out on top, J.C. Jensen. Left side, they'll kick it. Stapley, ball knocked out of bounds by Danny Nilsson. It stays with Morgan.
Good hands up on top. You got Jordy Nilsson and Danny Nilsson on the top defensively for the Rabbits. Quick, probably 2 of the quicker girls you'll see out on the floor right now, causing a little bit of havoc on top. But got to protect that rim down low, especially on the high post.
Morgan drives baseline. They'll come across right side. Here's a little 15-foot hopper from the baseline right side up and good. I think that was J.C. House, the sophomore, knocks her first bucket down. 2:08 to go here in the first half. 24-11, biggest lead of the game for Morgan. Here's Springer. Free throw line outside now. They'll go Brindley Henry. Looking for some movement. Now goes to Jordy Nielsen out on top. Jordy on that angle right, a couple feet behind the three-point line. Goes back to Brindley Henry. Brindley looking, puts it on the floor. Now picks up the dribble. Wants the lob, tries to go the lob down to Shaylee Fowles, but it's picked off. Just didn't quite get it high enough. And here comes Morgan the other way. All the way down to the baseline is Morgan Cragen. She'll kick it back out to the corner. Nothing doing there for Morgan. Here's a shot up and a whistle. And I think, was it on a three-point shot, Brady?
Well, that was almost the same thing that happened just a few minutes ago. Was J.C. Jensen shot the three, let it go, and then Jordan Nielsen kind of turned the boxer out.
Yep, you could see on the replay there, she turned the boxer out. They whistled her for the box out. So J.C. Jensen at the line to shoot three. Got 2 points in the ball game. You don't want to get her going.
No. Yeah, leading scorer for Morgan, J.C. Jensen, like we say, just under 10 points a game. Can't let her get comfortable and get scoring, because once she does, she'll go off. She's had 34 three-pointers on the year and has yet to hit one tonight, but
misses the first free throw, makes the second. 24-11 now 25-11 as they put the point on the board. Here comes substitutions into the ball game. Paige Gleason back in, and I believe that's Ashlyn Dawson. Third one is good, so she goes 2 for 3 at the line, does JC. She's got 4 points in the ball game, the lead at its largest. 26-11. Delta just having a hard time finding the basket here in this second period. Here's Danny Nielsen. She'll work it into the front court. Now pulls it up, comes cross court left side. Shaylee Fowles, 3 feet behind that three-point line. Skip pass over the top to Jordy. Jordan looking for some help. Now up on top, Danny Nielsen. Danny drives to the free throw line, cut off there. Comes to Shaylee Fowles. Pump fakes beautifully down the lane. Puts up the runner, got it.
Yeah, good looking shot. All due from that pump fake from behind the three-point line. And she's hit 21 threes on the year, so she can knock those down. But nice to use that as a decoy and then go in and get a nice easy layup.
Shaylee Fowles leads the Rabbits with 6 here in the ball game. And now here's a whistle and 3 seconds down inside as the Trojans just inside the lane too long. Here's another substitution as they'll get Kaylee Nielsen back into the game for Brindley Henry. 54.4 seconds to go in the half. 26-13. As Delta will have it coming the other way. They trail by 13. Here's Danny Nielsen across the timeline. Comes left side to the corner of the free throw line. Right side skip pass to Jordy Nielsen. She'll put it on the floor now. Looks for some help. Tries to go to Logan Springer. Pressure's there and ball's picked off, and now Morgan wants to run. Up the floor they'll go to Emery Wheeler. Right side they'll kick it now to to Paige Gleason, and Paige knocks down her second bucket. She's got 4.
A great transition bucket right there by Morgan.
Here's a ball off the foot of Danny Nielsen in the front court. It'll be out of bounds, and Morgan back with it again with 22.9 seconds to go in the half. 28-13. And Morgan, I think, will probably try and hold for one. In the front court with it, Morgan Cragen. They'll kick it high post to Gleason. Back to Cragen, right side. Back and forth they'll play with it. Cragen now will hand it off to Emery Wheeler. Wheeler will drive right side. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Puts up the runner. It's no good. Rebound comes off to Logan Springer, and the buzzer sounds. And at the end of the half, Morgan with their largest game of the lead, largest lead of the game. 28-13 is your score as we go to the break. Stay with us, as we'll be back right after this with our Jones and DeMille Engineering Halftime Show. Champions propelled by dedication, teamwork, commitment, vision, and it is a desire to be their best. Jones and DeMille Engineering, your local award-winning engineering firm. Again, come back to Wasatch High School here in just a moment. We'll have our stats right after this.
At Farm Bureau, when we talk about protecting what matters most, we're not just talking about things with walls and things with wheels. We're talking about people, your family. Everything that's important to you is important to us. That's why our agents are ready to help protect your future and give you peace of mind today. Visit us online or just stop by to see how Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
In Delta and Fillmore, contact Chad or Melanie to see how they make insurance simple.
Your local IFA Country Store in Delta is more than the farmer and rancher's ag source. You'll find a full line of Western wear and boots, and work boots as well. You'll also find Carhartt and Dickies outerwear, gloves, toys and tools, lawn and garden supplies, Montana silversmith jewelry, and so much more. And you'll find them at prices that are easy on your budget. Jared and the crew at Delta IFA will make you glad that you shopped your local IFA Country Store. That's Delta IFA at the overpass west of Delta.
At Jubilee Foods of Delta, they have everything you need and expect from your local grocery store on Main Street in Delta. Their produce department is top-notch, and they go to great lengths to carry only the finest fruits and vegetables, and they strive to deliver them in the same excellent condition as when they were picked. And remember, the deli at Jubilee Foods in Delta takes custom orders and will make hot sandwiches. You can even shop for your groceries while the deli gets your order ready. That's Jubilee Foods, your local grocery store on Main Street in Delta.
We at Styler Daniels are proud to be a part of our local community by serving the needs of our agricultural and corporate partners. From estate planning, real estate, water law, or litigation, we are here to provide superior quality legal services, and we are proud supporters of Delta High Athletics.
Come by Swizzle Soda Shop in Delta to try our specialty drinks, snow cones, hand-scooped ice cream, baked treats, and more. There's plenty of room to hang out with friends and even play Xbox on our big screen TV. So come on by to Swizzle Soda Shop at 189 West Main Street in Delta.
And welcome back inside of the Jones and DeMille Engineering Halftime Show. From slam dunks to buzzer beaters, the Jones and DeMille Engineering team is here to help you tackle the toughest infrastructure issues. Our thanks to Jones and DeMille Engineering for helping us out here at the first round of the state tournament. Brady, it was a pretty good ball game for a quarter there, as Delta only trailed by 1, 10-9 at the end of the first. And then Morgan just went on a run there in that second quarter, outscoring the Rabbits 18-4 in the period to take this 28-13 lead.
Yeah, it's they've got a lot of easy buckets down in transition, did the Morgan Trojans, and on the other end for the Rabbits, just not been able to convert some easy layups. Jordy Nielsen missed an open layup. Ashley Nielsen missed an open layup. There's quite a few that have, but I think those shots will start to fall there in the second half. That could be just a little bit of jitters, but nonetheless, you know, that's just looking at the stats here.
Well, two numbers jump out at me at the stats, Brady. First of all, shooting percentage in the first half. Morgan goes 11 for 22. That's 50%, if my math is correct.
Yeah,
you know, I'm an old Gunnison graduate, but I think that's right. 50% for the Trojans in the half. Delta, 28.6%. They were only 4 of 14 from the field in the first half. Got to shoot a little better percentage than that. And the other thing that jumps out at me before I get to the turnovers, 22 shots in the ball game for Morgan to Delta's 14. They've got 8 more shots up in the game, and that's a result of turnovers with Delta not taking care of the ball.
Right, exactly. Yeah, when you're giving up 8 more shots on the end of the floor, that's going to transition into some points.
And as we talk about that, Delta with 16 turnovers in that first half, Morgan with just 6. So, you know, anytime you don't even get a chance to get a shot up, that's really hurting them. So obviously Delta's got to come out, cut the turnovers down, and then you've got to shoot a better percentage if you want to hang with Morgan.
Yeah, I'd like to see Delta get in more of a little bit of a flow of their offense. They have not. I've not really seen that in this game. They come down and they're kind of calculating where is the least amount of risk, and sometimes that backfires, and you end up giving away the ball, which obviously the Rabbits have done 16 times in that first half. So if they can get in a little more of a rhythm as they come down offensively, I think they'll be okay. Those shots right at the rim, they'll start to fall as well. So,
also, Coach Cade Morrow plays a lot of kids on this team. How about this number? They've had 8 players score in this first half. We're talking about Morgan. Delta, just 3. Shady Fowles led the Rabbits with 6 in the game. Katie Nielsen had 4, all from the free throw line. And then Bridget Christensen hit that 1 3-pointer. She's got 3. As I mentioned, Morgan with 8 different players. Caden Jorgensen come off the bench, had 7 in the first half. You've got 4 for J.C. Jensen, 3 for Lisa Blazard, a couple for McKenna Morrow, 4 for Megan Cragen, a bucket for Macy Jo Stapley, and 4 for Paige Gleason, and 2 for J.C. House. So they're spreading it around just like we thought they would.
Yeah, we knew they would. You know, that like we say, they have 11 players that typically score or have scored considerably throughout the year, and to have 8 already in the first half, they're just a really, really deep bench. And you can see as those substitutions were coming in, a lot of times they were substituting 4 at a time. So you've got to have a very deep bench and able to do that, to be able to do that.
Delta did a good job defensively guarding that three-point line in the first half. Morgan just 1 for 6 from beyond the arc. But Morgan's been very patient. I've been impressed with their ball movement, and they've got some good looks. They're really good at going high post, back door on the low post.
Right.
And have got a lot of layups in this game.
Right, and that's the best way to beat a zone defense is to go high post, either kick it out for an open 3 or dump it down low like they've done, like Morgan's done this first half. So look for the Rabbits to maybe make a little bit of an adjustment to maybe take that away. And offensively, like we're talking, those shots will start to fall a little bit better for the Rabbits here in the second half.
So again, you're listening to the halftime show sponsored by Jones and DeMille as they applaud the teams for hard work, dedication, and commitment. The race for excellence has no finish line. Let's kick it back to our studios, our Mid-Utah radio studios, and our local Channel 10 studios as they carry this one for us. If you're watching on local Channel 10, glad to have you with us, or listening in on Mid-Utah radio. We'll be back with the second half after this.
Buy a new Chevy truck for the cost of used with a 20% discount at Drew Bay Chevrolet in Delta. Get it new for the cost of used and you're set for hunting, camping, fishing, and working and traveling or whatever. Short beds, long beds, great fuel economy, and awesome options. You'll think you're in a luxury car and not a truck, and it's just waiting for you to climb aboard and hit the road. Check it out at Drew Bay Chevrolet or click drewbaychevrolet.com.
You remember your family, right? Those cute little zombies that are always stuck to their screens? Well, with router limits, you can manage screen time, filter web content, and track the browsing history of all your kids. All you have to do is plug this little guy into your router. Seriously, that's it. Router limit starts with screen time. You can set a schedule for each family member, what they can do online, and when they can do it. You can filter content by category or even by specific website. Sure, you've got great kids, but sooner or later, they're going to come in contact with something that's not so great. Router Limits lets you see what they see so that you can have those important conversations before the internet has them for you. Router Limits helps my family disconnect from devices and reconnect with each other.
Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools. For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, Manti, Utah Valley, St. George, and Monticello, they're committed to providing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, funding procurement, surveying, GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets, deadlines, and schedules. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professional shaping the quality of life.
Peak Performance in Delta is having an open house this Friday from 1 to 6 p.m. Come see our new office, the new optometrist office, and meet Emma Rayner, our amazing massage therapist. Emma will be doing free chair massages, and there will be a gift basket drawing for vitamins, rubs, massages, Peak Performance t-shirts, and more. There will be refreshments, including Marsh & Meekum cinnamon rolls, and there will be huge discounts for new and current patients making appointments during the open house. So come check out Peak Performance's new building on Main Street in Delta this Friday from 1 to 6 p.m. for the open house.
Welcome back to Wasatch High School as we close up the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. Jones and DeMille applauds the teams for hard work, dedication, and commitment. The race for excellence has no finish line. Delta Band entertaining the crowd here as they're doing such a good job. Good to have them with us. A great representation from the student body is here. So Brady, conventional wisdom tells you here that the Rabbits have got to come out and really probably press maybe full court. They've got to turn Morgan over here a little bit, see if they can't get some easy baskets in transition.
Right, yeah, and they've just got to be a lot more aggressive, specifically on the offensive end. They've gone to the foul line 4 times, made them all. That was Kaylee Nielsen that did that. But Rabbits really got to come out with some urgency. They've got to fight and get back in this game. If not, it's obviously win or go home. So, yeah, look for the Rabbits to turn up their defensive intensity and then be aggressive at the hoop.
Absolutely. Want to head south next week for the state tournament. It's down at Dixie State University. Head to the warm weather. The winner gets Richfield in the next round down at Dixie State. But can't look too far ahead right now as Delta's got a little bit of a hill to climb here, down 15, 28-13 to start this second half. So Delta will come out. They'll go back to their same starting 5. It'll be Bridget Christensen, Danny Nilsson, Kaylee Nilsson, Asha Anderson, and did I get Ashley Nilsson and Kaylee both?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. Delta will have it to start this second half, and I believe Morgan comes back with their same starters as well. And they try to go down low to the Rabbits, and it's picked off. Here come the Trojans up the floor. Long outlet pass, layup up and good by Morgan Cragen, who got out and just beat Delta down the floor. That was a nice pass over the top.
Yeah, great pass, and it all started on the defensive end for the Trojans. They were able to trap Delta in that back corner, which led to a turnover, which led to a transition point.
There's another turnover momentarily. It is. Somehow Morgan gets that ball off the floor, up the floor. They come, another layup, up and good, and a foul. Free throws coming for McKenna Morrill as she lays it up and in for her 4th point and now has a free throw with it. And the lead now extends to 19, 32-13.
Yeah, Morgan coming out and just really, really pressuring the Rabbits, doing exactly what the Rabbits should be doing back to Morgan.
What did I just say? Conventional wisdom says the Rabbits have got to come out and really turn over Morgan. Instead, Morgan comes out and turns over the Rabbits. Here the free throw is missed, but the Trojans go after the rebound. They get it, and a putback by Lisa Blazard. She's got 5, and a timeout taken by the Rabbits. We'll take it with them. See if it's a full. It is a full. We'll be back after this 1-minute break.
Materion Natural Resources in Delta, Utah, advocating education and athletic competition in our Millard County communities. Materion is the only source of high-quality beryllium in North America. Beryllium is used in your car, cable TV, and tablet. It's even used in your cell phone. Because of beryllium, you're connected with family, friends, classmates, social media, and the web. Materion offers a safe and successful sports season to all Millard County schools. Materion Natural Resources.
Sahara Motors, just north of Delta, makes the vehicle buying process easy and stress-free just for you. Choose from 5 new brands under one roof and let the adventure begin. That's right, Sahara Motors has new Ford, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram all under one roof to make the process quick and easy. Oh yeah, and an entire lot full of pre-owned vehicles completes the deal. Be sure to welcome Kaylin Sperry to the sales force at Sahara Motors, just north of Delta.
It's time to step out.
What's that? And as we come back live, it'll be Delta ball out of the timeout. 7:15 to go here in this third period of play. 34-13 is your score. And it should be Delta ball in the backcourt, and it is. So Ashley Nilsson will head back there. She'll inbound it. And here comes the pressure again.
Yeah, Morgan coming out on a...
Wow. And they haven't even handed the ball to Ashley yet, and they're already guarding Danny Nilsson, and now they say, okay, we'll start things over.
Okay, yeah, here they go.
So here comes the help in the backcourt for the Rabbits. They're just double teaming Ashley Nilsson. They get it into Logan Springer. She'll bring it into the front court. Nicely done. Left side to Danny Nilsson, and she'll back it out. Right side, here's Ashley. She'll take the 3, and off the back iron, no good. Rebound tied up underneath Rinley Henry. And I believe Marcy Stapley on the tie-up. Jump ball will go to Morgan.
I like seeing Ashley shoot that shot. She's a pretty good shooter when she gets her feet set, and they were. Della comes back in a full court press now.
Up the floor, left side, they'll come, do the Trojans. Here's Cragen with it all the way to the baseline, and then a whistle, and going to pick up a foul on, let's see who they call it on, Brady. We'll wait for him to put it on the board for us. I believe Ashley Nilsson picked up the personal. That's 3 on Ashley, so she'll have to be careful the rest of the way. Inbound comes, and the ball's tipped away and stolen by the Rabbits with 6:52 to go here in the third quarter. 34-13. Delta needs a bucket right here.
Yeah, needs a bucket really bad. Delta had an opportunity right there to push the ball down the floor, decided to kind of hold it back. I'd like to see him attack the basket a little bit more, just as Shaley is right now.
Beautiful move. Shaley fouls, reverse pivot, goes down the lane and lays it up on the opposite side of the basket. She's got 8.
Yep. And there's a turnover by that full court press by Delta. Now they're coming out with a little more urgency. Like to have seen that maybe right out of halftime, but it's taken them a couple minutes to get going.
So with 6.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, Delta will have it as they trail 34-15. Danny Nilsson with it, dribbles off the high screen left side, looks for some help, finds it in Logan Springer down on the left corner. She'll dribble to the baseline, cut off there, and then a whistle, and I believe they're going to get a hand check foul on, we'll see who they called it on.
McKenna Morrill.
Yeah, McKenna Morrill picks up the personal. That's her first personal, so she's not in any trouble as far as fouls are concerned.
And that was all due to Logan Springer attacking the basket. The Rabbits, I hate to beat a dead horse, but they have got to keep attacking the basket, pick up some fouls against Morgan, and get to the line.
Ball comes into Shady Fouls, and she's tied up. It'll be a jump ball, and it stays with Delta with 6:12 to go here in the third. 34-15. Morgan leads it here. That second quarter just tough on the Rabbits. Just could not get the lid off the top of the rim. Here they come. Logan Springer. Now free throw line. Brindley Henry out on top. Danny Nielsen. One dribble, jump shot, and off the iron, no good. She'll get her own rebound, though. Goes down low post. Brindley Henry pivots. Needs to go up with it. Goes back out now to Ashley Nielsen. Left side, Logan Springer. Logan has it stripped away. Ball's loose and picked up by the Trojans. And here comes Morgan the other way. Down baseline, beautiful pass, layup, good. I believe that was Morgan Cragen that got behind the defense and laid it in.
You know, and Morgan runs the floor so well. They've got, I don't know how many points in transition, but they're really good at getting out and looking down the floor.
Down low, Shaylee Nielsen, or excuse me, Shaylee fouls with it, spins inside and then tied up, and another jump ball is going to be called. And she goes down hard to the floor and hope she's okay. She pops back up, but she's playing with a bad knee. And she's going to show her toughness. She'll say, I'm okay, let's go. So good for Shaylee. She'll come up, gets in the into the backcourt.
Delta comes back in a full court man-to-man press. See if they can turn Morgan over.
So Morgan in the front court, stolen. Shaylee fouls, just rips the ball away from Morgan Cragen, and now here come the Rabbits. Here's Shaylee with it, top of the key. Spin move down the lane, back to her right. Oh, beautiful bounce pass from the baseline. Brindley Henry, jump shot, a little short, no good, and a rebound taken down nicely by Marcy Stapley, and now Morgan comes the other way. 2-on-2, pull up, jump shot. Off the iron, no good, but a rebound by Stapley, put back, no good. Rebound by Danny Nielsen. So the pace picking up just a little bit here. 4:45 to go in the third quarter, 36-15. Ashley drives inside, tried to get the shot up, ball stripped away, it's loose on the floor. And Danny Nielsen dives in on it, and then a jump ball is going to be called. Good sportsmanship there as the Morgan Trojans say, here, let me help you up.
Yeah, you're right. Possessions have picked up. Intensity has picked up, pace has picked up.
Katie Nielsen off the bench, Brinkley Senker off the bench. Also, Caden Jorgensen back in the game. She had 7 in the first half, played really well for Coach Caden Morrill in that first half. So Delta, they'll get it into Logan Springer, deep left corner, 4:35 and counting, 36-15, Morgan leads it. Logan tried to go over the top to the high post, ball stripped away, picked up by the Trojans, and here they come with it. Caden Jorgensen, top of the key, dumps it left side, J.C. Jensen drives, and a whistle, and she's fouled from behind. I think this is going to go against Kaylee Nielsen. So it'll be out of bounds underneath Morgan's basket with 4:22 to go here in the third. Elise Pratt comes into the ball game as well for the Rabbits. My daughter, Shaylee Nielsen's listening in down at Mazer Prep. And she heard me call Shaylee foul Shaylee Nielsen, so she figures she's getting a little airtime here in the game. Here comes Delta on the turnover down the lane. Logan Springer with it. Low block out to Elise Pratt. Three-pointer. Off the iron, no good. Rebound. Taken down nicely there by Ashlyn Morrill. And now the ball gets free in the backcourt out of bounds. Whose is it? Delta's.
Delta's ball, yeah. Yeah, that pace is picking up, obviously, and girls are flying all over the floor. Morgan's coach is asking for an explanation there. He's thinking there probably should have been a foul called. But officiating-wise, I think they've done a pretty good job both ways. Della will get the ball out of bounds right in front of their bench.
And the Rabbits need a bucket desperately right here, trailing 36-15 with 4 minutes to go here in the third. Here's Brindley Henry up with a shot just inside the free throw line, no good, but she's fouled, and Brindley will head to the free throw line.
And Brindley's got some fantastic footwork. You get her the ball down low on the block or in the paint. She's got a couple moves that she can use to get you in the air. Usually converts some of those shots. If not, she gets fouled and goes to the line just like she has now.
First free throw, good. Brindley, just a junior. She'll be back next year, and I think they will depend on her heavily. One of the better low post players for the Rabbits and a great rebounder as well. Second free throw, good as well. 2 for 2 at the line for Brindley Henry. 36-17, 3:57 and counting here in the third. Morgan with the lead and the ball. They'll go down in the deep right corner to Megan Matthews. She's a junior for Morgan. And Brady, they've played, I would think they've got to have played close to 11, 12 players in this game. Down the lane, here's a whistle and a foul, and going to the free throw line is Ashlyn Morrow.
A little bit of a tough call there. Ashlyn took the ball right down the side of the key. Logan Springer, I thought, kind of held her ground, but she'll pick up the blocking foul, and Ashlyn will shoot 2.
Ashlyn's free throw off the back iron, no good. Ashlyn just a sophomore. JC House also, who has played, is just a sophomore. They do have, I think, 7 seniors on the team, so they are somewhat senior oriented, obviously. Second one's good by Ashlyn, her first point of the game. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. Let's take it with them. We'll be back right after this break.
It's time to step out of one-size-fits-all medicine. Service Drug is now offering compound prescriptions that are uniquely personalized for you. The pharmacist at Service Drug will work with your doctor to personalize the dosage, and they can combine compatible drugs to simplify your medication schedule. They also feature flavorings that are child-friendly and eliminate unnecessary fillers to stop adverse reactions to medication. Ask your doctor how you could benefit from a compound prescription. And remember, it's service first at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
And as we come back live, it'll be Delta ball in the backcourt. Brinkley sent her inbound. She'll get into Brindley Henry. Back to Brinkley. 3:35 to go here in the third. 37-17. And now here's a whistle in the backcourt, and I believe foul's going to be called on Megan Matthews.
Yeah, fortunate for the Rabbits right there. Brinkley got a little bit trapped. That full court pressure's working for Morgan. But Della will get the ball out of bounds once again.
Back into backcourt. It'll come Elise Pratt with it as she'll work it up into the front court. Here's Bridget Christensen out on the far angle left side. She'll dribble top of the key and looks for some help. Picks up the dribble, now needs to, she'll find Brinkley Senker. High post they'll go. They tried to go to Brindley Henry. Ball's tipped away out of bounds. Who will it be? They say Morgan. So Delta now will come with some pressure in the backcourt.
Got to be careful. Have a couple Morgan players down underneath their own basket by themselves. Delta really.
And they're not going to see it. Just you called it right, all the way down the floor with a nice catch and layup. Ashlyn Morrow gets the bucket. She's got 3 in the game, and the lead 39-17 with 2:55 to go in the third quarter.
Pressing like that is a risk reward. You take a huge risk, and sometimes it rewards you, sometimes it backfires.
Here's Brinkley Senker down the left side. Ball gets away, and they'll say it will stay with Delta. 2:44 left here in the third period, 39-17. Delta trailed by 1 after the first quarter. It was 10-9. And then Morgan came out, outscored the Rabbits 18-4. Here's a reach in from behind and a whistle on Paige Gleason. Delta just hasn't been able to recover yet from that second period.
No, they fought so hard, played really, really well that first quarter. That second quarter just kind of got away, like you said. Morgan went on to kind of a 20-4 run, and that's been the difference in this game so far.
Delta finally gets the ball in. Here's Kaylee Nilsson, left side baseline. Bridget Christensen down underneath, and she's fouled. That'll be the 15th foul on Morgan, so it'll be out of bounds once again for the Rabbits under their own basket.
2 fouls on Morgan just this possession alone, and that's all come due because the Rabbits are pushing the ball into the middle of the floor, getting it into the key. They didn't do that very well in that second quarter, and that's kind of part of what cost them that tough quarter. So look to see them get the ball down low and inside the key a little more.
Boy, and Morgan's defense is just stellar right now, Brady. They've picked up man-to-man. Delta having a hard time getting the ball in and then even making a pass in the offense. Here's Brinkley Senker down the lane. The ball comes inside, is poked away out of bounds. They say it's off of the Rabbits. It will go to Morgan with 2.5 minutes left here in the third.
Oh, good steal right there by Bridget Christensen.
Off to Elise Pratt, right side, back to Bridget, down in her low, Brinkley Senker. Nice pass, and Brinkley lays it up and in, give the assist to Bridget Christensen.
There's a little bit more of that conventional wisdom you were talking about coming out in a full court press man-to-man.
So back the other way comes Caden Jorgensen, and she's fouled from behind. I believe Elise Pratt will pick up the personal, and that'll be, I think, just the 5th on the Rabbits. It'll be out of bounds underneath for Morgan, and stepping out to inbound this one, Ashlyn Morrill. Again, the next game here, the 11:50 game, will feature Judge Memorial San Juan, and then at 1:30, Juab Grand County. So way out front with the ball. Delta's got to come out and try and turn this ball over as they find themselves down by 20, and here's a foul by Brinkley Senker. That'll be the 16th foul, out of bounds once again for Morgan. And then your 3:10 game will be a Grantsville-Manti matchup. That's a 1-6. 4:50, Union and South Sevier. Could be a pretty good ball game. They're both number 3 seeds, although Union, tied for the region championship in our region, lost the coin toss and fell all the way to 3. 6:30 will be Emory and Providence Hall. Emory, one of the favorites in this tournament. And then your late night game, 8:10, Carbon and Summit Academy, which we think could be a really good ball game. Although Carbon's been playing very well, but Summit Academy has always been tough.
Yeah, and Summit, they've really turned it on the last part of the season here and started playing really, really well. I think that's going to be the game of the day.
There's a runner from the baseline, up and good. Wow, kind of a one-handed runner. Emery Wheeler gets her first points of the game, the sophomore for Morgan.
Yeah, she's tall and lanky, good-looking shot there. Went off 1 foot, one-handed, and just dumped it right in.
So Delta back the other way, underneath. Brindley Henry lays it up and good. Boy, nice-looking shot. Catch over the top, turn and laid it in, did Brindley. She's got 4 now.
And that'll give Brindley some confidence to keep going, keep working the paint. She's so good at doing that. Look to her to score a little more.
Back the other way, shot up no good. Offensive rebound, put back, blocked out of there, and now Delta comes out of there with the ball. Here's Bridget Christensen with 1:15 to go on the clock. 41-21. Morgan leads it. Here's Bridget, right side. Brindley drives to the bucket, lays it up. Yep. Got it, and a foul.
Yeah, good for Brindley. That little shot last time down the floor gave her a lot of confidence to catch the ball, penetrate the paint, get a little contact from Marcy Jo Stapley, got fouled and put it in.
So here comes Brindley at the free throw line, and she's picked up the pace. As I mentioned, you're going to see her next year. She will definitely be a staple in the offense for the Rabbits. Here's the free throw up and good. And now Brindley now with 7 points in the ball game, and the lead down to 17, 41-24 with 1:09 to go, and a timeout taken here on the floor. Full timeout. We'll take it with them and be back to Wasatch High School right after this.
My name is Dr. Joel Holman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here at Central Valley Medical Center, specializing in general orthopedics, which includes sports injuries, total joint replacements, shoulder, hip, and knee, and I'm the only hand surgeon from Provo to St. George. One of the things that I like is that I'm able to take care of people that I've known for most of my life in this area, which I have a fondness for. We treat all orthopedic extremity conditions here at Central Valley Medical Center. We've got a great team, clinic staff, hospital staff, operating crew, and physical therapy services.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. Centricom powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speeds to keep all your gadgets going strong. streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
And back inside of the gymnasium here at Wasatch High School in Heber City, Utah. Beautiful facility here, and we are very appreciative that they're allowing us to use their gymnasium here for the play-in games. Girls today, boys will be tomorrow. We'll have Delta and San Juan at 1:30 tomorrow. Here's a turnover. The Rabbits take it away from Morgan. They'll come back the other way. Bridget Christensen, left side they'll go to Brinkley Sentker. She's fouled going up, and she'll shoot a pair of free throws.
Yeah, good man-to-man defense right there. Full court press worked for the Rabbits, was able to turn it over. And a great look pass right there by to Brinkley Sentker to go up and get fouled. Bridget did a good job running the floor and seeing Brinkley on that left side.
So Brinkley at the line to shoot a pair. Another junior for Coach Peterson. She'll be back again next year. First one's good. She's got 3 in the game. Of course, 5 seniors here this year. They have done such a good job, and we'll hate to say goodbye to them when the season finishes. Second one no good. Long rebound controlled by Morgan. We hope it doesn't end today. But right now, Delta's got a ways to come back in this one. Here's a jump ball on the far side with 47.4 seconds to go. 41-25, 16-point lead for Morgan, and they'll have it in the backcourt.
Obviously, Delta will come back into a full court press. They've got to get back into this game, down 41-25 with just a little more than a quarter left to play.
So into the front court comes Morgan Cragen. They'll go high post now, back out on the 3-point line. That's Lisa Blazard with it. She'll back it back out. Dumps it down in the corner to Morgan Cragen. She'll bring it back out now, angle right. And Morgan going to run a little bit of time. They tried to go down on a kind of a back pick left side, and the ball just out of bounds, too high for Morgan Cragen.
Yeah, good idea. Just pass was just a little bit too tall right there.
So Delta with 27 seconds to go will have the last possession of the quarter, as they'd like to finish this quarter on a high note, try and get this down to a manageable difference. Here's Bridget, left side, Brinkley Sentker, down low, Kaylee Nielsen, nice catch, layup, good, beautiful move.
Yeah. Good shot right there by Kaylee. Good footwork. That ball just about went out of bounds. She was able to catch it, turn, and go back up and put it in.
Now down to 2 seconds, down to 1. JC Jensen gets it left side, and they don't get the shot off in time, and the quarter comes to an end as Delta closes the gap. 41-27 is your score after 3. Don't go away. We'll have the final 8 when we get back to Wasatch High School after this.
The government and community leaders in Millard County today were molded into the people they have become by the experiences and opportunities during their high school years. The same stands true for the future leaders of Delta City. That's why the City Council and Mayor of Delta are thoroughly invested in providing opportunities for the students of Delta High School to assist them in reaching their potential. Delta City appreciates the opportunity to support Delta High School academics and this Delta Rabbit sports broadcast.
At Farm Bureau, when we talk about protecting what matters most, we're not just talking about things with walls and things with wheels. We're talking about people, your family. Everything that's important to you is important to us. That's why our agents are ready to help protect your future and give you peace of mind today. Visit us online or just stop by to see how Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
In Delta and Fillmore, contact Chad or Melanie to see how they make insurance simple.
So welcome back for the final 8 minutes of this one. This is the second game of the first round of the playoffs. Richfield defeated American Leadership this morning. They will move on. Winner of this game will play Richfield in the quarterfinals at Dixie State on the 22nd. That'll be a 9:10 p.m. game. Ball's kicked and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rabbits under their own basket.
A much better quarter, that third quarter for the Rabbits. Actually outscored the Trojan by 1 point. Yep. So, you know, had it not been for that second quarter, this has been a really tight ball game.
Yeah, their best quarter. Here's Ashley Nielsen, top of the key, buries it. Nice looking shot there by the senior Ashley Nielsen, her first points of the game, and they need her to come to life right here. Here comes Morgan back the other way. Shot up and good. Nice looking move. Marcy Stapley catches and lays it off the glass off that left block. 43-29, 7.5 to go here in the ball game. Here's Ashley up top. Danny Nielsen puts it on the floor. Now hands it to Shaylee Fowles at the free throw line. Left side, Asha Anderson. Back to Danny, has the three, she'll take it. Off the iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Morgan. And a whistle and a foul. I believe on Danny Nielsen.
Yeah.
She was trying to reach in to steal away that rebound.
Yeah, kind of a delayed call there.
Yeah.
All the girls were pretty much streaking down the floor. I'd almost forgotten about it, but it was a foul.
So it will send McKenna Morrell to the line. She's 0 for 1 there today. We'll see if this turns out to be actually a break for the Rabbits. See if she can knock this one down. McKenna averages 3 on the year. She's got 4 points in the game. Free throw off the back iron, no good. But another offensive rebound given up. Put back, no good, and then an over the back.
You know, and that might not be a bad strategy for the Rabbits. Obviously, both teams are going to be in the bonus right now. But in the first half, Morgan shot 50% from the foul line. I'm not sure, you probably got the stats there in the second half, what it's looking like, but may not be a bad idea to put Morgan on the line.
How good has Marcy Stapley been on the offensive glass this morning?
And that's the one downfall of doing that is she's got quite a few offensive rebounds, even off of foul shots where, you know, a Delta player already has position. So
free throws coming. Shady Fowles knocks the first one down. She's now got 9 to lead Delta in scoring. And she'll have another. Shady Fowles also a junior on the team. She'll be back again next year. Leads Delta in scoring this year. Second one rims out, no good. And look, there's another rebound by Marcy Stapley. She has just been solid on the glass tonight. Here come the Trojans. They're going to get a little bunny all the way down the floor. Nice little touch pass underneath. And McKenna Morrell is the recipient of a nice pass and a lay-in.
And that's too easy for Morgan just to be able to do that.
Oh, beautiful move as Jordy Nielsen goes by her man down the lane, and she's fouled going to the basket. She'll shoot 2.
Yeah, I like to see her attack the paint like she did right there, cause some contact, go up and get fouled. If it doesn't go in, that's fine. If it gets blocked, that's fine too, but at least attack the bucket.
So 2 frees coming for Jordan Nielsen. Jordan, first free throw off the back iron, no good. Jordy, just a sophomore.
Freshman.
Or excuse me, freshman. I was looking at down at a couple of the others there. So, yeah, I try to make her a little older than she is, Brady. I know you don't want to see her go too quick.
No.
So Jordan Nielsen, a 5'5" guard, just a freshman. Second one off the iron, no good. She'll be back again next year as well. She's got some great skills. So up the floor comes Morgan Cragen with it. She kicks it right side to J.C. Jensen. J.C. gets a high screen and then dumps it off left side. Stapley, and now Cragen with it. And now the ball stripped away. Shady Fowles takes it away, and here comes Shaley into the front court. Over the free throw line, pulls up now to Jordan. She'll take a 3, angle right. Off the iron, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. And they're going to call, I believe, Danny Nielsen coming over the back. But you know what? That's okay. Delta's got to crash the boards on every offensive shot. You've got to try and save the possession, see if you can get a couple of different extra looks at the basket.
Yeah, Jordy a little upset that ball didn't go down and wondered if maybe she shouldn't have taken it. But yeah, absolutely, you've got to find a way to get back in this game. 6:22 down 15. You've got to take some chances shooting some threes and pushing the tempo. You've got to really get some transition points right here, down that many points with such little time left.
So free throw up and no good for J.C. Jensen.
There's another offensive rebound by Marcy Jo Stapley. She's just all over the glass.
And she lays it back in for her 6th point, but she's got to be in double figures with rebounds. She has really done a nice job here. She had 5 rebounds in the first half alone. I know she's doubled her output. Here comes Danny Nielsen.
There you go.
Runner good.
Yep. Right down the lane, put it up, draw some contact. Probably not a foul. Good defensive position there, but way to put it in for Danny.
47-32 with 5:53 to go here in the ball game. Delta needs a stop right here. Here's a 3 out on the angle left. Wow, knocks it down, does Lisa Blazard. She's got 8 in the game, her first 3, and that was nothing but net.
Yeah, good looking shot, and she was a little bit behind that 3-point line.
30-second timeout taken here. We'll take it with them. 50-32, 5:41 to go in the game. We'll be back after this break.
Your local IFA country store in Delta is more than the farmer and rancher's ag source. You'll find a full line of western wear and boots, and work boots as well. You'll also find Carhartt and Dickies outerwear, gloves, toys and tools, lawn and garden supplies, Montana silversmith jewelry, and so much more. And you'll find them at prices that are easy on your budget. Jared and the crew at Delta IFA will make you glad that you shopped your local IFA country store. That's Delta IFA at the overpass west of Delta.
And the Delta High Band cranking things up here in the gymnasium, and also the student body here. I'm impressed with the number of students that are here supporting the young ladies today. A lot of the players from the men's team here, they're here supporting the girls. They'll be playing tomorrow at 1:30. Join us right here on Mid-Utah Radio and local Channel 10. We'll have Delta and San Juan 1:30 tip tomorrow afternoon for a chance to go to Dixie State.
Boy, and those boys have been playing so well. So excited to see them play San Juan tomorrow.
So here's Delta with the ball out of the timeout. Brinkley Sentker on the right side has the ball tipped away, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rabbits right down below us. We're up on the upper mezzanine here. When you come into this facility, you come in above all of the seating, and then you walk down to the bleachers where you're going to sit. It's a nice facility. I like that design because it keeps people off the floor. There's a track around the upper part, and we have a table set up here opposite from the score table. We have a nice vantage point. Here goes Elise Pratt down the lane. Ball knocked away out of bounds. Whose is it? Morgan's, they say. Took a minute for him to decide, but they'll give it to the Trojans with 5:12 to go here in the ball game. An 18-point advantage for Morgan, 50-32. Here's Morgan Cragen, the senior, handling the ball. She'll bring it into the front court. Goes top of the key. Nice little touch pass from Stapley. Off to Jorgensen, back to Stapley, and now back out on top. They'll just kind of run some time here as well. They should. Here's Jorgensen down the lane, dumps it off right side. Cragen is blocked, and excuse me, no, I believe that was Stapley, blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Morgan.
Yeah, Kaylee Nielsen doing a really good job. Just block to block, help defense down low, and was able to get that block out of bounds. So good to see her moving around like she does. She's very, very defensively minded, good help defender.
So the ball will come into the corner to Jorgensen. Now they'll go, oh, beautiful little cut underneath, but the layup no good by J.C. Jensen. I think she was surprised she was so alone.
Yeah, she was surprised that no one was there.
And Delta with the rebound. They'll come the other way. 4:34 to go in the ball game, 50-32. Morgan leads it. Sentker baseline, skip pass underneath to Elise Pratt. Out on top, Kaylee Nielsen. She'll put it on the floor. Comes to the free throw line, cut off there. Finds some help in Bridget Christensen. Right side, three-point shot, baseline no good. Long rebound taken down by Morgan Cragen, and here come the Trojans. They got numbers up the floor to do left side of Jorgensen, and then the ball tipped away out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Trojans.
And I was just going to say on that last offensive possession for the Rabbits, it's just taking too much time. They're being too patient, and you can become too patient in a game when you're down 18 points with only 4 minutes left. You've got to find some open shots quickly.
Paige Gleason comes into the game for Morgan. She has 4 points in the ball game. As Morgan tried to go back cut again. They love to go high post and then get a back cutter on from the wing, left or right side. That time the pass just a little too far behind the cutting player out of bounds.
And if you're watching on Centricom Local Channel 10, you'll see that ball goes high post and those wings back cut. And it's worked pretty well thus far.
Under 4 to go here in the final period, 50-32. Morgan leads it. Brindley Henry right side, Brinkley Sentker with it. Back down on the low block to Henry. Beautiful move. Left-handed shot up and good.
Yeah, good. And once again, Brindley just can't say enough good things about her. Great young lady and a great little ball player.
She now has 9 to match Shaylee Fowles in the ball game. Down the lane, layup no good. Rebound, Brindley Henry. She'll get it off to Elise Pratt. Delta pushes into the front court, trailing by 16 with 3:25 to go. Here's Brindley. All the way down the lane, floats up the runner, and it goes! Yeah. Brindley Henry on a little bit of a run right here. 11 for Brindley. As she banks that one home. We'll just keep it right here. Quick timeout taken by Delta. The lead down to 14. But Delta showing a little bit of signs of life here.
Yeah, they're I think kind of got the cobwebs shaken off. It's a little too late in the game for that, and they're starting to have a little bit of fun out there. They've been playing so tense thus far, but Coach Peterson's doing a lot of substituting right now, so he'll put a new fresh 5 in and see if they can't maybe try to do a little more trapping, a little more defense to cause some more turnovers and get some easy buckets. But 14 points in 3 minutes is going to be a mountain to have to overcome, but can't say enough about Morgan and the way they've played, the way they run offensively. Their transition game is what's really surprised me. Done a really good job getting your heads up and looking for easy passes and buckets. So, yeah, Morgan just played a really, really good game today.
And not getting too far ahead of ourselves here. Obviously, Morgan with a 14-point lead looks like they're going to move on. Pretty tall order. They're going to take on the number 2 ranked team in the state in the Richfield Wildcats in that first play-in game. That could be an interesting ball game.
Yeah, it could be a great ball game. We were fortunate to watch Richfield play before this game, and they're good. They are really good. Move good without the ball, with the ball. So it's going to be a battle for Morgan. But it'll be a fun ball game to watch nonetheless.
So out of the timeout, Morgan will have the ball. They have the lead, 50-36, 3:17 left in this one. They got a run out all the way down the floor, left side. They'll go to Morgan Cragen. She'll go to the basket, lays it up, and good. Boy, Ashley Nielsen was right in her grill, but Morgan was able to gather herself and lay it in. That's a nice move. 10 for Morgan Cragen now in the ball game. There's Jordy Nielsen, angle right, looking for some help. Needs some movement. Now she'll get it out on top to Elise Pratt. Elise with the dribble on the right side. She'll dribble down to the right corner. Tried to go down inside to Shaylee Fowles. Ball's knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay with Delta. Good idea, just need to be a little quicker on the execution.
A little quicker on the execution. Delta will get the ball out of bounds underneath. Ashley Anderson will throw it in. Delta likes to run a diamond set right out of the
and here's play. Ashley, nice looking 18-foot hopper off the back iron, no good. Races in, ties up. Caden Jorgensen on the rebound. It'll be a jump ball, and Morgan will have it coming the other way. 52-36 with 2:42 to go in the ball game. Alongside Brady Nielsen, I'm Ken Nielsen. Brad James on the stats for us. Nate Palmer producing this one for Centricom and Mid-Utah Radio. Mike Train on the camera. So in the backcourt with it, Sydney Cragen, a sophomore for Morgan, handles the ball. She'll get it into front court. She'll dump it right side now to Morgan Cragen. And now up top to swing it. Here's Marcy Stapley, who's really had a nice ball game. 6 points, but she's done a job on the boards here tonight. As we approach 2 minutes left in this one. 52-36. Oh, nice drive, baseline layup, no good by Caden Jorgensen, and then a ball goes out of bounds whistle. And I was looking down, Brady, trying to get all my papers in order here. And Delta's going to come to the other end, shoot free throws. So it'll be Ashley Nielsen at the line, and she'll shoot a pair as Morgan over the limit with 10 fouls. First one's good. She's got 3 in the ball game. She'll have one more. Ashley, a senior as well. One of the nicest young ladies you'll ever meet. Tremendous student. Second free throw, good as well. 52-38 with 2:05 left in this one. As Morgan will bring the ball in the backcourt. Here's Sydney Cragen. Handles the ball pretty well for a sophomore, Brady.
Yeah, she does. Played really well, handles it well. Obviously with a man in her face in this man-to-man full-court defense. She's back on top right there working on Danny Nielsen. Danny really quick.
So right side, they'll kick it now to Caden Jorgensen, also a senior. Down low, right side, they'll kick it to Stapley. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound. Tipped and controlled by Shaylee Fowles, and she will bring it into the front court herself. Comes top of the key, looks for some help, spins, goes all the way to the bucket, puts up the runner from the baseline, whistle, and a foul, and Shaylee will shoot a pair. And of course, we want to again thank all of our sponsors. Sunrise Engineering will take care of our post-game show for us. It'll be a short one, obviously, so the next broadcasters can get on. Sunrise Engineering, serving clients in Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, and Arizona for over 30 years. First one, up and good. 10 now in the game for Shaylee Fowles. Makes this one, she'll be right on her average at 11 points per game. Second one off, no good. Elise Pratt battles for the rebound and goes out of bounds off of Morgan, so you can give Elise a rebound there.
Credit Elise right there for good hustle. She could have just ran back. Shaylee typically hits those foul shots, but works out a little better for the Rabbits to get an extra possession.
I want to thank Drew Bay Chevrolet along with Service Drug of Delta, Centricom, Intermountain Power. Here's Brinkley Sentker, 3 on a set play down the barrel, just a little bit short. No good. Rebound taken down by Sydney Cragen. She'll put it on the floor and works it into the front court. Very poised for a sophomore.
Yeah, she's played well, handles the ball well, like you said. Good looking ball player.
Up top, they'll go to Cragen. This is actually Morgan. Now down in the deep left corner to Sydney Cragen. Bounce pass underneath, ball tipped away and stolen momentarily by the Rabbits, then knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Delta. Also want to thank Delta Jubilee Foods for being with us here today. Sahara Motors, Delta City, Farm Bureau Insurance, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Delta IFA, and also Peak Performance. All of those fine sponsors with us here today making this possible. Under a minute to go, 43 seconds to be exact, 52-39. As they'll go down to Shaylee Faust. Turnaround jumper, blocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Delta. So Brinkley Sentker to inbound. And she'll look for some help, goes underneath the basket to Elise Pratt. Her jumper from the baseline up, no good. Rebound taken down and tied up. Danny Nilsson ties up Lisa Blazard.
Back to the Rabbits.
Yep, Delta will hang on to it. 30.6 seconds to go, 52-39. Morgan with the lead. Looks like they're going to move on to take on Richfield in the next round of the playoffs. Here's Danny Nielsen. Hook shot across the lane, no good. Rebound taken down by J.C. Jensen. She'll move it into the front court. Down to 19. Let's see Morgan with the ball and a foul out front. Morgan Cragen going to go to the free throw line for 1-1. Shaylee Fowles picks up the personal. 10 for Morgan Cragen in the ball game. She has played well here this morning for Coach Morrow as well. Substitutes coming back in.
Coach Pete will put all his 5 seniors back in for the last 17 seconds of their high school basketball career.
The crowd will be able to give them a hand as they finish up their careers. Free throw is no good. Rebound tipped though, way out front, and it's picked up by Morgan Cragen. And with 13 seconds to go, Morgan will probably just run this clock out. As Sydney Cragen with it, down in the deep left corner. Down to 4, down to 3. Out front, they'll kick it now to Emery Wheeler, and the buzzer will sound. 52-39 is going to be your final, as Morgan defeats the Delta Rabbits, and they will move on to the second round to take on Richfield Wildcats next week down at Dixie State University. With that being said, we'll take another quick break, come back with our post-game show, again sponsored by Sunrise Engineering. Sunrise Engineering, promoting athletic and academic excellence. Visit them at sunrise-eng.com. We'll be back to wrap things up from Wasatch right after this.